Hi.
Hello.
Howdy.
And welcome back to Talking with Kitties. He's boyfriend.
She is girlfriend.
And gizzard friend is around here somewhere.
She's around here. I mean, it's her bedroom, so she's allowed.
It is her bedroom.
We got like inches last night.
Of snow.
And also we got inches last. So yeah, like 6 to 8 inches.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We knew the storm was coming, but
It's never right. It's never correct.
Never correct.
So I was like, oh, we're going to get
and it's
3
still
feet.
not correct because they said we were going to get like a
10
foot
inches,
yesterday, and we definitely didn't. And they really weren't correct on what time it was going to start either, but it was weird. I went to work and there was like no snow on the ground. We have like a little open flag out front of where I work to show that we're open. So I went out, put the flag. It was not snowing, not doing anything. Not more than 2 minutes later, one of my coworkers comes in and they're like, oh man, this snow is crazy. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, look out the window. And I turned around behind me because the only window in my office is like behind me. And I looked and I'm like, holy crap. The ground had like a light covering in 2 minutes. 2 minutes it started and we got that much. It was crazy.
Well, you left and I was still upstairs cleaning. I finished upstairs and came downstairs and looked out the window and it was just fucking blizzard outside.
Craziness
like,
to
where
me.
did this come from?
I know.
Yeah.
Nuts. Which they did say it was going to kind of do, but it was just, and then we had a reprieve last night.
Yeah.
I don't remember what time last night, but it kind of had stopped. And then at some point this morning it started again and it's a-going.
It's a-going, sure is. Because I think they were saying like 8.5, 9 inches yesterday, and then they were saying like another 2.5 this morning.
Something like
I don't know.
And I'm not good with guessing how many inches of snow. We got snow.
We got some snow. It's not warm.
No, it's not warm. We got some snow. But we don't have to go anywhere today, which is kind of wonderful.
Yeah. I'm still probably going to go out and shovel the sidewalk at some point this afternoon.
We probably should.
Calms down.
But
I got a message this morning from Amazon saying that the post office ran into an issue trying to deliver a package, and it's just like, it's not an issue, it's snow.
We live on a really, we're in town, but we're on a road where we're the only house. And the road is fairly steep. Not really, but they have a tendency, they plow us last. It's funny, though, because it started to cover again.
Yeah, but still.
But we were plowed last night.
Yeah.
No, we were not. The snow was plowed off of the road last evening.
Yeah, snow. Outside, suck.
Yes. Inside, warm and cozy.
Warm and nice and cozy.
We're both very thankful that we don't have to go anywhere today. We can just stay inside and look outside because it's very pretty.
It is. It's very pretty.
It's very, very pretty.
Very pretty, but I do not want to be out in it too
No.
much. Definitely don't want to be driving out in it.
No.
Which, I mean, even just like last week we were doing the question thing. It's like, which would you prefer, rain or snow? Well, I'd prefer snow, but I prefer to stay inside.
I prefer to stay inside and not have to go in any of the weather.
So if that's an option, I'm always going to take that one.
Yes. You're organizing while we record.
It's going to drive me nuts otherwise.
I know. And now he's going to stop organizing and just shove stuff in the drawer, and then he's going to get really annoyed. Why aren't these cables organized?
Because my girlfriend was all upset because I was organizing.
I wasn't upset at all.
I sounded pretty upset. Started yelling and swearing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds like
everybody heard it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Boyfriend. I think you make shit up.
No.
You might be gaslighting me.
No.
I think I just figured out our relationship. No. I think that you're just a big old gaslighter.
Okay, maybe. You mean like lighting farts?
I hope you don't do that.
Oh.
Oh, dear.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you now, madam. So, yeah, I'm still not completely over the sickness, in case you couldn't tell. It's almost all sinus shit at this point. But that's
pretty much what it's been most of the time.
It has been, but this is just not letting up. No, that's a lie. It lets up for brief spurts.
Like bursts when you're finally like, I think it's getting better. And then, it goes right back to, ha ha.
We had some technical difficulties because I was trying to crank the volume on my headset because I couldn't hear a damn thing because my ears are shut, and I was cranking all the wrong things, and it's just bad.
Pretty sure he blew out my eardrum.
Just a little bit. And both of us are a little bit deaf, so.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Today's going to be fun.
Well, be interesting.
Oh, bitch.
What?
I will cut you.
That's not nice.
You're not nice.
Whoa.
First the gaslighting, and now I'm the one that has to be interesting.
You're the one that said something about gaslighting. I was just sitting here trying to,
So, this week, I created a list.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Actually, I don't think you do any of the things on the list.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet.
It's a good thing.
Okay.
So, if anyone hasn't seen it, there is a cartoon called Family Guy.
Oh.
I had to look this up because I knew it, but I thought it was Family Guy, but I wasn't positive. Peter Griffin is the father, but he has a segment on their news.
Grinds my gears?
What really grinds my gears?
Okay, yeah.
On my way to work the other day, I came up with this list.
So this is what really grinds girlfriend's gears?
So there are 3 things that started it. And then as I was sitting it and working, I was coming up with a couple other ones.
Okay.
So these are the things that really grind my gears.
Okay.
Drivers who back into spots.
Yeah, that's the thing around here.
It is a huge deal and a huge thing around here, and almost everybody does it. And it drives me nuts because they can't just back into the spot and be done with it. They have to stop in the middle of the parking lot and determine how they have to turn their wheel in order to back up. So they stop traffic.
The ones that are doing it aren't like clever enough to just pull up and be like knowing where to turn.
They have to like figure it out. Yeah. And then they have to back in, pull forward, back in, pull forward, back in, pull forward, because it has to be perfect. Now, granted, sometimes they're really askew and they should be corrected. But if it takes you 6 times to correct your parking, just pull in. So what started this, I mean, I've felt like this for a long time, but I went to Starbucks the other morning before I went to work, and I pulled into a parking spot, and there was a truck that I couldn't even get to the parking spot at first because the truck was trying to back in, but trying to figure out quite how to back in and, whatever. So I had to like wait for him to finally get his shit together. Mm-hmm. And then he finally backed in enough that I could kind of just go around him and then pulled into a parking spot like 2 spots down from him. Turned the car off, got out of my car, went into Starbucks, picked up my drink. Now, granted, I did order ahead, but picked up my drink, walked outside, walked to my car. The fucker still hadn't finished parking. When I got in my car, turned it on, and went to like pull out of the parking lot, the passenger was just getting out of the car to go into Starbucks. So I literally pulled in, parked, got my drink, got back in my car, and backed out of my parking spot before they even got out of their car.
That sounds about right.
That is crazy to me. Do you know how much time you waste?
Yeah, they're trying to like make it quicker or something, but it takes them like 3 times
like
as long.
They think it'll be quicker and easier to back out, like to back in, than it will be to back out of your parking spot. It's not hard to back out of a parking spot. Yeah. In fact, I feel like it's easier to back out of a parking spot because you're backing up and there's nothing around you, as opposed to backing into a parking spot where there's cars between you.
I have no
idea. I don't get the whole fascination with it, and it drives me crazy.
Yeah. And it's so prevalent around here that there are some parking lots around here that have signs up saying, park front 2 meters or whatever.
And they don't.
But I mean, they have signs up, and they still don't do it.
We literally have signs up in certain parking lots because of the way the parking lot is set up. It's like front must be facing meter, which is like you pull into the spot, and people still don't do it.
They still don't do it because they just have to back in.
I don't understand it. So that really grinds my freaking gears. Yeah. Would you say that's on your list as well?
No, I don't care that much. Like, I don't understand it, but I also don't care.
No,
there are some places that I will back in, but it's pretty rare.
I can't think of a single place that I back in. Yeah. I've tried it a couple times just to see. It takes more time and is more frustrating. Yeah. I don't get it. People who drive down the wrong lane in parking lots.
Oh, I do that all the time. You always call me out, too.
Pisses me off. I don't know if this is a thing everywhere. I assume it is.
Probably.
But I don't know for sure. So to clarify, let's say you're at a grocery store. They have lanes. It can be either an up and a down, or an up. It helps with parking, and it helps with moving traffic and things, especially with slanted parking, yes. I can't stand when I'm pulling down a down and there's some fucker driving up, and they don't make it real wide, like, because it's not supposed to be a 2-way lane. But then they glare at me like, how dare you? The audacity to be so close to my vehicle. Like, motherfucker, this is a down.
Or you got the one where you're trying to go down it and they have it all blocked because they're coming the wrong direction, and they're like back
and then trying to get into the spot that's slanted that they're going in the wrong way. It's like, you fucking moron.
Is this just a road rage list?
This is the first 3 are, because I said I was on my way to work. So these are things that I encountered on my way to work. So the backup drivers, I guess, really isn't like a terrible grind my gears. It's just like you guys are idiots. The driving down the wrong lanes is an absolute grind my gears. Like, I want to punch somebody in the face when they do it. And I yell at you all the time when you do it.
You do.
You don't do it as much anymore.
I don't.
You're usually very careful about it, but I think because you're just sick of hearing me whine about it.
Don't drive in parking lots with you in the car.
You let me drive now.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And my other one, and this one is, I do have another one then too. That's not on here, but I just thought of it later and I forgot to put it on. When people do the rolling stop at stop signs, like when you see a stop sign that literally says stop, that's a stop sign.
Oh.
And they do they touch their brakes and they kind of slow up to it, kind of look, and then just continue to go right on through.
Well, the ones with the white line around the outside are optional, right?
No.
Are you sure?
Drives me bonkers. I hate it. Not only do I hate it.
Do you hate it?
Yes.
Oh.
But it's dangerous and it's illegal.
Oh.
Don't be an asshole. Come on.
Everything's legal until you get caught.
It makes me so angry.
That's rough because there's a stop sign right by your parents' house.
That's what made me think of it.
Everybody blows past.
That's what made me think of it.
Like
we used to, when we were kids, we used to sit outside and like watch the cars and then we'd yell at them when they would just drive right on through. Like, there's kids here. If one of us were like to run across the street because you're supposed to be stopping at a stop sign, you would literally hit us. Or like we have pets and it doesn't just happen there. It always happens down here at the four-way stop down at the bottom of our street all the time. There's no such thing around here as, you know how like you four-way stop, you're supposed to like have an order of how you go. Yeah. You can't do that around here because people just
they don't understand.
No, but either that or people just do their slow roll on through and then it's like and then somebody eventually has to slam on their brakes because somebody else did the full roll on through and went a little bit faster than the other one and then they freak out at each other and I'm just sitting there like, you all are fucking morons. This could all be solved if you stopped at a stop sign.
That's pretty strong feelings about driving.
It's not hard. And you literally had to like take a test to get your license.
That was years ago.
Why don't you follow the shit that you learned?
They don't remember it. It was years ago.
Pisses me off. Okay. Last road rage one.
Last road rage.
Okay.
Whoa.
But we can say it's road rage. But honestly, it's all legitimate road. Like, I have every reason to be upset about this.
But you're still raging a little bit about road stuff.
People who drive in inclement weather that's like, it's really raining or like really snowing and they don't have their lights on. But it happens all the time around here.
Well, it's happening.
Isn't it a law that if your wipers are on, your lights have to be on? And
it is getting more prevalent due to automatic headlights. So nobody touches their headlights anymore. And if they don't kick on, if it's like if you go out today because it's snowy and super bright because of all the white snow,
they won't turn
your
on.
Headlights aren't going to kick on and nobody's going to think to turn them on because they can see. But it's just it's getting. I agree with you. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you on that. But
no, I agree. A lot of people
more prevalent.
like, and I don't think about turning them on either. But I have a tendency to like if my wipers come on, I turn on my like. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people almost get rear-ended. Thank God I haven't done it. But because their lights aren't on, and if there's like, especially with the snow that we get around here, like how it just blows and comes in so fast, you're gonna get hit.
Yeah.
If you don't have your lights on.
Yeah, somebody's not going to see you.
And it's not going to be their fault.
I used to be really conscious of it when I was a field tech because I had a small white hatchback that I drove.
Yes.
And that little thing would just blend in with weather like this. Nobody would see it.
Yeah. So, okay. So those are my road rage ones.
But I don't worry about it so much now because I have a big black truck.
True. But
I get what you're saying.
But even like.
I get what you're saying.
I think the one that I saw, it was like a car. I don't even remember. Like it might have been like a gray car. But it was just like, you idiot. Like, turn your lights on. How hard is it to turn your lights on? And like, it was it was when I was leaving work yesterday when all the snow was coming down. I mean, the snow was coming down. Like, it was crazy. And the roads were awful. Like, it was bad out.
It was.
It was fun, but it was bad out. And this idiot's going like 7 miles per hour in a 25 mile per hour zone. Granted, I was going slow as well because the roads were terrible. Didn't have his lights on. I could see him, but I'm like, you're an idiot.
And they all come out in the inclement weather. The ones that should not be driving in it are always coming out.
They're the ones that are like, oh, I have to go to Sheetz and get my coffee. Yeah. Like, make coffee at home,
They suddenly
idiot.
have to go out to get something.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, it drives me nuts. Okay, so those are what grinds my gears in driving.
Road rage.
And then, now we have more. But these aren't road rage.
Okay.
People who don't have manners.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of do, though. I'm talking people
after years of training. That used to be one of your biggest pet peeves. I had no manners whatsoever, and you've been slowly training me, but very slowly.
Like people in public settings dealing with like customer service people and not having manners. Just irritates
So
the
it's not-
shit out of me.
So are you talking so much not having manners or just not having customer service skills?
No, I'm not even talking about the customer service. I'm talking about the people who are dealing with the people with customer service. So random people who think that customer service people are there to do whatever and you don't owe them a bit of kindness, or like they're not human. Like they don't deserve anything. Like, customer service people are like, thank you, have a good day. And people just like walk past them like they don't even exist.
So it sounds like your primary concern here across everything you've said so far is people with main character syndrome.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we
This
live
is
in a
just different
world
facets
where people are so focused on their main character that it's just, ugh. Yes, because then talking on the phone at checkout, I can't stand when people are like on the phone and like the cashier is trying to talk to you or say something and like you won't say, hold on a minute on your phone to like talk to the person. You just like ignore, like you just throw your money down on the counter.
I used to prefer those people whenever I was working a register because I didn't like talking to people.
Well,
So they're on the phone, so I'm just like, all right, I don't have to talk to this person. Yay. I'll tell them their total and get it out the door. But I'm not personable to begin with.
that's what really grinds my gears today.
Really grind your gears. And also people that the speakerphone in public. I don't get the speakerphone in public.
I hate it.
People just walk around with their phone like held by their mouth. Like,
And you can hear their whole conversation.
Oh my
like,
God.
I don't need to know
You
what
can
you're
hear their
talking about.
whole conversation 3 aisles away.
Mhm.
It's just crazy. I don't understand.
You just, he had a gizmo duck on his.
She was trying to get comfy and she couldn't, so she's just done.
Do you want to come try me?
Unlike Bubs.
Come on.
Bubs tries for like half an hour.
He is adamant. He's like, no, I'm going to make this comfortable.
I will figure this out, he says. And then he doesn't. And it's just all bad.
Yeah.
So, girlfriend's grinded gears. What grinds my gears? That stuff is all like mildly annoying. I wouldn't say any of it really grinds
makes me
my gears.
so angry.
Because people are dumb, and I kind of expect, not even dumb, people just don't think.
I hate rude people, and I feel like everything, all of that boils down to people that are rude, except maybe the backing up, but just boils down to people are rude.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand why.
I don't know.
I feel like it takes more effort to be rude.
Sometimes. Definitely takes more energy.
Just be nice. I don't expect you to like bend over backwards for people. Like if somebody holds a door open for you, say thank you. If you're going into some place and somebody's coming out, hold the door open for them before you try pushing in. Like
Don't slam it in their face at
don't
least.
like people just
Wait for people to come out before you go in.
yeah.
Of everything.
And if there's somebody behind you, hold the door a little bit. I mean, you don't have to like hold it while they walk in, but you can hold the door open when they get to you and then they can get the door. Like you don't have to like
You want a little bit of common courtesy.
yeah, just that's all I'm asking, just a little bit. Damn.
There's a difference between a little bit of common courtesy and just not being rude, though. Because you could not be rude and put zero effort into anything and not be rude. But you have to
True.
put effort into being rude, and you have to put a little bit of effort into being, and you have to put a little bit of effort into common courtesy.
I would prefer just not being rude, but
Yeah.
if we could add a little bit of common courtesy, it'd be nice.
If you're gonna expend that effort to be rude, why don't you expend that effort into being
In a
not
positive
a
way.
dick? Yeah. I get where you're coming from. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yep.
Don't be a dick.
Maybe we should rename our podcast to just Don't Be a Dick with Kitties.
Don't be a dick with kitties. That's got
Yeah.
implications.
But we have a tendency to come back to that point a lot. Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Just don't be a dick.
I mean, I guess it is for some people. I don't know.
Well, those people can get in their backed up vehicles
Yeah.
and shove off
Shove off,
Yeah.
she says.
a cliff.
Whoa.
That's my common courtesy to the world.
Okay, then.
Mm-hmm.
Should parents have the right to name their child whatever they want, no matter how bizarre or inappropriate? I really, really, really want to say no, they don't, but they kind of do.
See, I want to say yes, they do, because they do have the right, because that's the point of having, I mean, not the point of having a kid, but like that's the point of having a kid. You can name it whatever you want.
I'm going to have a child just so I can name it whatever
that's not what I
want.
meant.
Yeah,
But like that's how it works.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it seems cruel and unfair.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to be like, I don't know.
So we're both we're in the same spot with that.
I mean,
like it's your kid.
Yes,
it's
your kid.
Yeah.
You should be allowed to name it whatever you want. But at the same time, why would you be an asshole about it?
Yeah.
Like, why would you name your kid something off the wall and terrible?
Because they don't think that they're being an asshole. They think they're being clever or something.
Something inappropriate, though? Like, if you're going to... It did say inappropriate, I think.
Did it?
Yeah, I think that was the last one.
Oh, yeah. How bizarre or inappropriate.
Like,
Yeah, I
a
mean, I
bizarre
guess.
name?
That's not where I was going. I was thinking like I don't know.
Like, the bizarre names... yeah, you're trying to be clever, whatever. But don't name your kid something inappropriate. Like, that's just wrong. Like, why?
But it's their right to do it.
I guarantee you that parent backs up into parking spots.
That's what I was just, Yep. Absolutely.
I'm never going to Okay. If you could add an extra month to the calendar, where would you place it?
In the middle of summer.
You would want an extra month of summer.
Yeah, because it feels like we get about 2.5 weeks of summer.
Here
and
for sure.
7 months of winter.
Yeah. No, I would say the tail end of summer.
Tail end. That's when it's really hot.
Like summer into fall.
That's when it's really hot.
Nah.
You want beginning of summer, like spring into summer.
Okay.
Late spring, early summer.
I was thinking actual fall, though, because I do love fall. But
yeah. Well, you didn't say. You said
I know.
summer. So if you want extra fall, so get extra fall.
I was thinking like tail end of summer, like into fall, when you're like going into fall, like the September, October, when fall's starting to kick in.
Yeah, that's not late summer.
Okay.
What?
Fall. I'm sick.
I am sick. Listen to me.
Go.
My life is terrible and my girlfriend abuses me. Are you a side, a stomach, or back sleeper?
Yes. Well, yes, no, yes.
Yes to side, no to stomach.
Yes.
Yes to back.
Yes.
I'm a side sleeper and a back napper.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really sleep on your back unless you're napping on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. I used to be a sleeper that would stick on one side. I would sleep on my side and I wouldn't move the whole night. And I'm not that anymore. But I think it's just because I don't sleep the whole night through.
Yeah.
Like, so when I'm up, I just try to but I do not sleep on my stomach. But I am a side and back
Well, for a while
sleeper enthusiast.
I would sleep on my side and end up on my stomach somehow. I would slowly
Yeah, you did for a while, but then you would really snore. So I don't know how you kind of stopped that habit.
I don't know.
But when you would lay on your stomach and I would be awake, I would try to wake you up and have you roll over because you'd always say that you'd wake up and you'd be in pain and miserable. So I would try to help you out. Have you ever dated someone your parents or friends hated?
No.
Hated is a strong...
At the time?
Hated is a strong word, but I would say yes.
Yeah.
It's not you.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Well, they didn't like you for a short part.
No, I didn't like me then either, so...
But it wasn't you, but yeah.
Yeah, no, not during, but after.
Mine was during.
Yeah.
During and after. I don't like these.
Yeah, these aren't working well.
These aren't working for us today.
Let's do something else. Usually a question or two of these keeps us going for
weird.
20 minutes, half an hour.
We're having a day today. Things just aren't, they're not doing what they should be doing.
Am I the asshole for taking my kid's nanny on vacation and not my ex-wife?
No.
The title may seem like a given, but it's not apparently. About 9 months ago, my current wife, 40 female, and I, 43 male, hired a nanny. I have 7 kids. 4 from my previous marriage and 3 from my current. Anytime we go on vacation, I plan it around when my other kids are going to be in our custody so we can all go. Our nanny comes with us as well, as was discussed when she was hired.
That makes sense. That's typically how nannying works, I think.
The problem actually starts when my youngest from my previous marriage, 7 female, returned to her mom's, and apparently all she talked about was the nanny. My ex-wife accused me of abandoning our kids onto our nanny, even though I paid extra for the other kids. Every time my kids go back to their moms, she calls and texts me infuriated. It all comes to a head when I discussed going on a cruise with the kids, my wife, and the nanny over the summer because I have custody of them the entire summer. My ex-wife called me, calling me selfish, mean-spirited, a horrible father, etc. She said I should have invited her instead of our nanny because she's the real mother and the kids already like the nanny more than her. What will happen in 3 months? And I never did things like this when we were married, even though I made significantly less money back then. Even my parents and some of my family are agreeing that taking our nanny and not the kid's mom is ridiculous.
No.
Am I the asshole? Should I have at least offered her to go?
No, the mom is a gold digger and you are divorced. You do not pay to have your divorced wife come with you. And the reason the mom is mad is because the kids like her more, probably because she's a shitty parent.
That, and like he said he made significantly less before. He wasn't able to take her on these vacations, and now he's taking a nanny on these vacations. Yeah, so she's just super jealous. Get to go on them. Yeah, absolutely.
So her whole point is, you should have taken me because she's like, I should get something out of this deal too.
Yeah. It sounds like
she's a terrible human being.
I'm assuming that a lot of this is probably why she is the ex-wife.
Probably. And it sounds like the kids really like the nanny, which means that he's a really good father because he found somebody that the kids actually get along with and trust and like, which I think makes him a better father. And the fact that he waits to go on vacation when all of his kids can go, so he's not like showing favoritism between the kids. I think he sounds like a fantastic person and father, and good for him. You are not the asshole. Not even remotely. Your wife, however, or your ex-wife, however, is an asshole. And am I the asshole?
I'm in the my.
I'm in the my.
I'm in the my. I'm in the my. I'm in the my. I'm in the my. I'm in the my. I'm in the my.
Am I the asshole for not continuing my reception after my husband went behind my back? My now husband Lucas, 26, and I, female 25, were getting married. We decided to tie the knot as we were having a little girl together and are madly in love. So leading up to the wedding day, Lucas told me that his best man, Jacob, wanted to propose to his girlfriend as it would be a great time and it was a nice venue to do it at. First of all, don't propose at somebody's wedding.
What are you doing?
I said that I didn't want him to propose at our wedding as it is our special moment, not theirs, and that they can do it sometime else. Lucas told me that his friend was mad that I didn't agree with him. I just wanted the wedding to be about us because it was our special day.
Yeah.
And after that disagreement, I thought nothing of it. First of all, they're paying for this special day. They're paying for this special venue. If this guy wants to propose there, he should pay for being there.
Exactly.
Fast forward to my wedding day. We had finished the church service and now we're at the reception and we're all having fun eating. I'm eating my food and then Jacob stops the music at the DJ booth to make an announcement. I just knew from that moment he was going to propose. I looked to see where Lucas was, and he was holding red and white roses, walking out to stand in front of Chloe, Jacob's girlfriend, spelling out, "Will you marry me?" I was shocked that they went behind my back when I said no. I got up out of my seat and walked out. It's been 2 days since the wedding, and my husband cursed me out for not letting them have their special moment. I responded with, I wanted the day to be about us because it's our wedding, not theirs. I'm happy for them, but the worst thing was, even though I said no, you went behind my back about it anyway.
Exactly.
Since that argument, he moved to the guest bedroom, and now most of my friends are cursing me out on all of my socials. Am I the asshole?
You're not the asshole at all. That's just, what the fuck? Hey, could they do this? No, I would prefer they didn't. And they do it anyway. Why fucking bother
Not
asking?
only do they do it anyway, but her husband had played a big part in the proposal. So it wasn't like his best man said screw it and did it anyway. That would suck. You told your husband-to-be that you did not want that. You didn't think that was a good idea. You wanted it to be about you and him. And then he went ahead and helped with the proposal. Like, was a major part of the proposal.
Yeah, pretty fucked up.
Any friends that are cursing her out
Time for new friends.
need to get their shit figured out.
That's fucked up.
Top comment, not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole. There are so many posts here on the revenge forums about assholes who propose to their significant others at other people's weddings. It's a terrible thing to do, and I'm surprised his girlfriend didn't turn down the engagement right then and there for doing something like that. If he wanted a nice venue, he should have paid for a nice dinner or something like that. Not use a celebration that you spent thousands of dollars on to make it all about him. I would be requesting the cost of their meals back. The fact that your new husband went behind your back is also pretty terrible. Your friends who are cursing you out on social media can be easily removed from your life. Your husband, though, I think this is something that will have to be discussed in couples counseling so he can see what selfish backhanded thing he actually did to you.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up all around.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you even... Who would tell their friend? Like, who would be...
She's so angry she can't finish sentences.
I can't. That's just... Ugh. Bet you those friends back up into parking spots.
I'll bet you they do.
That's going to be
sons
the
of bitches.
name.
Absolute sons of bitches. They probably have to back into the parking spots because they went down the wrong way. So they have to back into the
fuckers. All right, I'm going to read another one because you have a gizzard on you and you've been summoned to pet the gizzard head. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my roommate come back after he crossed my boundary? I'm a 24-year-old female who recently had a falling out with my male, then 34, now 35 roommate. So he's 10 years older than her. I will not name my roommate out of very little respect I still have for him, but in all honesty, I wanted to kick him out even before all of this happened. This was just my final straw. For some background, I had an ad up on Craigslist in 2020 looking for a new roommate because at the time I was much lower on money. He ended up applying and we met, had arrangements sorted out, so we were housed together. I didn't really like his personality, but I kept it relatively to myself because of my financial situation. He was messy, almost never cleaned up after himself, rude and inappropriate, making odd flirtatious comments about me even after I rebuffed his advances, but he called it all a joke, quote unquote, to put it simply. All was normal until about 3 years after he moved in. He suddenly stopped paying his part of the rent and had a different excuse every time, mostly things like, I'm looking for a job. I let it slide because I was a bit more financially stable, even though he was setting me back quite a bit. But then months had passed, he had the same excuse, I grew tired of him. Like I said, I did plan on kicking him out regardless, but the next situation was finally my last straw. At the time, I was seeing some guy for a while and had a date. I really, really liked this guy. I was stoked and I mentioned it once to my roommate. This was a big mistake. Behind my back while I was in the shower, my roommate somehow got the passcode to my phone correctly and went through it. I don't know if he saw the text or was planning it anyway, but he completely sabotaged my relationship with the guy I was seeing and thought it was so hilarious. He apparently told the guy I was MTF, male to female transgender. I am not, but I am an ally. And the guy got uncomfortable and blocked me ever since. Not only that, did I find it absolutely disgusting that he used the LGBT as the butt of his joke. I was absolutely furious that he crossed my boundary this much because of his own jealousy. I blew up on him, kicked him out, and ever since then he's been gone. I've cut out all contact. That was 5 months ago. A couple days ago, he has shown up at my doorstep with an apology. I personally do not accept this apology because of what he did was utterly inexcusable in my own opinion. But he's trying to tell me he has no family, nowhere else to go. If I don't let him stay, he'll be homeless. I do not plan on letting him back in with me, but I think I may be an asshole for letting him stay homeless. That's not your problem.
That's not your problem at all.
Being someone who genuinely tries to be like the better person and a good person, it sounds terrible to say that's not your problem.
Yeah.
But
it's not.
It's not your problem.
Yeah.
He has done nothing but treat you like shit. He has shown you no respect.
Not your problem.
Not your problem.
At all. No, not the asshole.
You don't owe him anything. He's an adult.
Is he?
Age-wise, he's an adult. Am I the asshole for telling my family their comments about my son's name are not making me regret the name, but instead making me regret them? This is good because we were talking about naming people. My husband and I welcomed our son into the world in November. We chose the name Reed, R-E-I-D, for him after some searching. Neither of us got our first choices, but we love the name and it fits our son beautifully, we believe. I knew my son's name was a bit of a standout among my family. They like to reuse the same names that are popular and always seem to float pretty high in naming charts. For boys, the top 3 in our family are James, Benjamin, and William. But Reed isn't a weird or unheard of.
I mean, I've never heard of it outside of Tara Reid, but okay.
You've never heard of Reed? I've heard of Reed.
Not R-E-I-D.
My family were all very quiet when we announced the name, and almost immediately they started dropping comments about people making weird naming choices for their children, which never directly mentioned my husband and I, but we both felt it was aimed at us. Then they commented a few times how there's nothing wrong with a good, solid, classic name that everyone knows and loves and reuses. Then they started saying Reed was an odd choice, or they had no idea where we'd found such a name, even though it's in the top 400 name choices like books and things. My parents accused me of trying to be trendy and not thinking about my son's future. I decided to confront my family without my husband present because I felt like it wasn't fair to drag him into it anymore. I asked them what their problem was and why they were being so mean about the name. They told me they hated Reed, all caps. I'm guessing the name, not the kid. And they felt it was a very unattractive name and did not think it through at all. They told me we should have reconsidered and given him a real name, not something trendy that came up in the last 20 to 30 years. They said we had so many beautiful names to choose from and we made a horrible decision. Then they said they had tried to gently show us the light, but we ignored their efforts. I told them if their comments about my son's name were supposed to make me regret my choice, then they have failed, because all it did was make me regret them, because they were being rude and hurtful. My family did not take my comment well and told me I was being rude and I was behaving like a child who can't accept the truth.
This sounds like a whole lot of passive aggression got out of hand there. Their little snide comments about this and about that. Like, what are you going to do? They're not going to change the name.
Again, it's the parents' right to name the kid whatever they want. Yeah. We've already discussed that. But Reed isn't a weird name. It's really not.
No, the name itself isn't weird. That's just the spelling. I've never seen it spelled like that outside of Tara Reid. The R-E-I-D. I've seen R-E-E-D, but whatever. But still, there's nothing to get that upset.
That's nothing like it's going to ruin, because it's not a normal name like William or Benjamin or Jonathan or whatever. Like, come on. Top comment, not the asshole. Reed has been making blips in the top 1,000 baby boy names since the late 19th century. It has very rich history and way deeper than, quote unquote, the last 20 to 30 years. Not that it matters either way, though. It's your and your husband's baby. You two get the final say here. They need to stop being so picky about something they don't actually get any choice in.
I really do, yeah.
Another comment, a name that wasn't used by the family already. Example, we're not royals, mom, dad, auxiliary family member. We don't need to go full inbreeding with our names.
George the Fourth, Benjamin the Second.
And I understand.
Who's using Benjamin now? I don't know any Benjamins. Or Bens.
Benny.
I don't know any of those.
But I mean, it's a fine name.
Yeah, perfectly cromulent.
But I like the name Reed.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
And even if I didn't like the name, nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
It's your son's name. If that's the name you want to give him and it fits beautifully for him, his name is Reed. That's fine. Am I the asshole for being so upset about my husband lying about coming to bed? Approximately once or twice a week after dinner and a bit of TV together, my, female 29, husband, male 32, asks if I'll go to bed so he can play FIFA in the lounge. FIFA?
Yeah.
What is that?
Soccer game.
So he asks her to go to bed so he can stay up and play in, I'm guessing, where their TV room is to play soccer. I usually do and think it's important that he has a bit of time to himself, which, might I add, I know I'm cutting it already, but that's decent. Like, I think that's pretty nice. This is not his only time for himself, though. The problem lies in the fact that he stays up super late until 3 or 4 a.m. He has to get up at 5 a.m. for work, and we have a baby and a toddler, so our sleep is often very broken. My husband is always complaining about being tired, and it affects him in his daytime life. To encourage him to sleep at a reasonable time, I ask what time he will come to bed. He'll always agree to a midnight 1 a.m. bedtime, which is always at least an hour and a half of gaming. He always breaks this and is much later coming to bed. I know I'm not his mother or in charge of him, but it more than bothers me that he doesn't keep his agreement. He's making himself more tired and complaining about it. It's irritating that his words mean nothing, and to me, he is consciously lying to me. This is not a one-off accident, nor is he only a little bit late. It's hours. He says he thought I'd be asleep so I wouldn't notice, but when he comes upstairs, he wakes me up. The most hurtful thing is that I was married before, and my first husband died in a car accident on his way home from a night shift. I was woken up traumatically by police pounding on my door, and my worst memory is looking to his side of the bed and realizing he wasn't there with me. When I wake up in the night and look at the time, realizing my husband hasn't come to bed, I have that same panicked feeling over again. He knows this, and it really upsets me that his game is more important than my feelings. In my eyes, he's being irresponsible and selfish. He has time to unwind and enjoy gaming, but he takes the piss with it. He should be able to stop and come to bed instead of acting like a teenager. He knows how I panic when I wake up and he's not there when he should be, but does this regularly anyway? Am I the asshole for being super upset about this?
Not the asshole for being upset about it, but maybe taking it a little to extremes. But I think it's more of him promising to be there hours prior to when he actually is, and he's just telling her what she wants to hear.
I agree. I don't think she's the asshole at all, but I don't think she needed to bring up the trauma in her life. I'm sure it was traumatic. I'm absolutely sure it was traumatic. But that's not really on him. That's something that she internally has to deal with. But for the initial part of what she said, he's irritated. He doesn't help with doing stuff, whatever. She's trying to help him have a better life, and then he blatantly lies to her and says that he'll come up to bed and doesn't, and then wakes her up. She's already not getting enough sleep because she has a toddler and a baby. And then he wakes her up when he comes to bed, and then he's only up for sleeping for 2 hours, and then he has to get up to go to work. She has every right to be upset with him.
If he's lying about dumb shit like when he's going to come to bed every night.
I don't even know, though, if he's feeling like he's truly lying. He's just...
Maybe he's going to try this. He's going to try tonight.
He probably is trying, and then you know how...
But we don't know.
I mean
it could go either way.
No, that's true. But let's be honest, you're a gamer, right?
Yeah. I have more willpower than a lot of them.
You do, but we also know a lot of people that game, and they might say, I'm only going to play this for an hour or so. You can get deep into games and not realize how much time has gone by.
Absolutely, but...
we have done that with playing Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, but
we'll be playing and I'll be like, holy shit, I didn't realize that it's been 3 hours.
But we don't do it night after night after night after night after night.
That is also
true. To the detriment of our functioning in the morning at work.
Yes, very true. But I'm just saying, though, so he should be an adult and... But at the same time,
she is not the asshole.
She is not the asshole.
Am I the asshole for roasting my husband in front of friends about forgetting my birthday?
Nope. Maybe. I would probably do it, though.
My birthday was a couple days ago, and I'm feeling really hurt by how my husband acted. A few days before my birthday, it was our dog's birthday. My husband was so excited, he jumped out of bed to sing happy birthday to the dog and made a big fuss over her. At the beginning, I thought it was really sweet. When my birthday arrived, I woke up hoping my husband would be just as excited, but he just said good morning like any other day. He didn't remember it was my birthday until my mom called to wish me happy birthday. I tried not to let it bother me, but I was really disappointed. I hoped he would plan something special for dinner or at least get a cake, but instead he went out with friends and didn't come home until late. The next day, when my friends asked about my birthday while we were out to dinner, I made a joke about how my husband was out celebrating without me. I was trying to laugh it off, but my husband got really mad. He wanted to leave right away and started arguing with me about it when we got home. I feel hurt that he forgot my birthday and didn't make an effort to celebrate it with me, but I also feel bad for making that joke in front of my friends.
Nope.
I was upset in the moment and handled it poorly. My husband and I aren't speaking right now, so Reddit, am I the asshole here?
No.
She did handle it poorly. By making a crack in front of...
I would have made a crack.
You absolutely would have, but she didn't handle it great. But I think I don't think she's an asshole for it at all.
Why did she handle it poorly? It's funny.
She
Like,
should've
I would
talked to
try
you.
to turn it
It
into
would've
it.
been funny.
Oh, I would have talked to you first, but then
Yeah,
I would have still teased you about
I
it.
don't think she talked to him first.
Okay.
She made
Well,
the crack.
because I would have been like, I wouldn't have made that crack though. I would have been like, yeah, he was more excited for the dog's birthday than mine.
Yeah.
I would have made something like that of a crack.
No, she's definitely not the asshole, but yeah, this is more passive aggression going out.
It is more, yeah. No, it should have been like it would have been discussed, and
Yes.
then I might have
yeah.
teased you about it.
Definitely
but
would've
like
been
once we
discussed.
had it figured out, and you knew my side, and we were kind of over it, then I would have probably made the
Oh
crack.
yeah,
but
absolutely. yeah.
I don't do I try not to do passive aggressive bullshit like that.
Yeah.
But I would have totally made a crack about it. But again, you're right. I wouldn't have made the crack about it until we would have talked about it. But no, she's not the asshole at all.
Because you said it was like the next day.
Yeah.
He's out with friends and everything. So yeah, I have a feeling there was no discussion
No.
about how her birthday was handled.
I mean, it would be sad if your significant other, like especially if you typically do things for birthdays, like you and I don't. So I wouldn't be as upset like if you wouldn't wish me happy birthday because you're not a big birthday person. But if you were gonna be excited and sing, like jump up out of bed and sing songs for the cats about their birthday and then completely ignore my birthday and forget it's my birthday, yeah, I'm gonna be upset. That's gonna hurt my feelings.
But it's Gizzard.
It's me, boyfriend.
That's
Now
Gizzard.
we're gonna have a
Look at the
talk
Gizzard.
after this.
Look at her.
If only I were as cute and soft and gray and snuggly. Damn you, Gizzard.
Everything just stopped.
The podcast gods do not like us.
Everything just stopped. We got everything running again. We've been having technical issues all morning again. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
it's
This is
been
the exact same setup that we had last week.
And it worked fine.
No issues whatsoever.
No. And
And everything's just fighting us this morning, and I do not know why.
no. Today's
So-
been weird.
It's been really weird. I don't know what's going on.
I don't
It's
know.
been a very off day. Everything seems to kind of be working now, but
know.
I don't know. So I'm going to have to do some digging into this whole setup, I guess, this week and see if I can figure out something a little bit more stable. Stable.
Like a gizzard cat right there?
Kind of like a gizzard cat right there. Oh. I didn't
You didn't
know-
realize how close she
I
was.
don't know where exactly
She
the
was
gizzard cat
waiting
was.
for her pets.
Yes, here they are.
She's like, no, Father, that drawer is not my pets. What are you looking for now?
I don't
Shouldn't we be finishing the podcast instead of going through a drawer?
Sure.
Okay.
What if this is just this episode is brought to you by drawers and going through them. Hey, how are you doing?
She came over to me for pets.
Gonna go through your drawers.
Am I the asshole because I picked up Gizzard and tried to force love upon her?
Yes.
Hey.
She has to clean.
She would say yes as well.
Yes.
Wah.
Consent, girlfriend. There was none.
I thought the squeaking squonking was
That's
consent.
not consent noises at all.
That's not true because she makes those noises when you pick her up and then she's very happy.
No.
Uh-huh.
No.
Uh-huh.
No.
Uh-huh.
She's not happy at all. She's just resigned. There's a difference.
But it's okay when you do it, just not when I do it.
It's not okay when I do it either, but
Oh, rumph.
ha rump indeed.
I miss having a kitty that likes me.
Yeah. Finnegan likes you.
A little bit. On his own terms. I miss having a kitty that likes me all the time.
Yeah.
Casper Girl loved me all the time, forever and always.
That was just our terms.
Yeah, always. Those are some good ass terms.
All right.
I liked them. Why don't we read at least one more?
Let's go ahead and read one more.
Thanks. That's a great idea. I'm so glad you came up with it.
You're welcome.
Maybe two more. We've had a lot of technical difficulties.
Am I the asshole for refusing to take my stuff down in my own house?
Nope.
I, 48 female, and my husband, 46 male, have good high-paying jobs which have allowed us to model our dream house to our liking, which also has a barn in the back which is fully furnished. Mary, my husband's sister, and Jake, her fiancé, now want to have their wedding at our barn out back, which is okay for me, as they said they will help cleaning up, taking care of things, etc. But they asked us if they can remove all the things in the barn as it's not their taste. Now, me and my husband like bright, popping colors, so the barn looks like a rainbow threw up inside, and I was fine with that since our taste isn't the same as everyone else. But when it got to the kicker, they want us to remove practically all of our furniture and paint the walls differently. In our house, since guests will apparently be coming and going, and they don't need to see all that rubbish. Mary's words. Let me clear that. I don't think I read that right. The kicker is that they want them to remove all of the furniture and paint the walls in their house.
Not in the barn, in the house.
In the house, since guests will apparently be coming and going and they don't want to see that rubbish. I think that's entitled and said Mary could then find a different venue if she wasn't happy, and I don't need someone insulting our house like that. My husband agrees with me since he also thinks it's entitled. But now family members have been saying that we are cruel and don't care about other people, as Mary and Jake don't have that much money to spend.
They don't have that much money to spend, but they expect them to get rid of all of their furniture and paint their house.
It's gotten a little bit to my head, and now I'm reconsidering my decision. Am I the asshole?
Absolutely
not. Even a little bit. No. What?
They shouldn't even have. I mean,
I think you're being nice to let them redecorate the barn.
They didn't have to even do that.
Yeah.
You're being nice, allowing them to redecorate the barn so they can have a nice venue that they obviously wouldn't be able to afford otherwise.
Yeah.
But then to demand that you get rid of, first of all, why would your guests have to go through the house? No. Second of all,
even the way she worded it, she's like, they'll apparently be going through the house.
As soon as that was mentioned, deal would have been off.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Yeah.
Who does Mary think she is?
Main character.
Bet she backs into parking spots.
Absolutely.
Fucking
Absolutely.
Mary.
Doesn't turn her headlights on while she does it either.
Bitch.
Bitch.
If you have an entrance and an exit for your parking lot at the barn, I guarantee you Mary's driving and entering in the exit.
It's too bad that your house and barn just won't do. But it is wonderful that all of these complaining relatives have volunteered to either pay for the repainting both before and after the wedding in advance with a reputable company of your choosing, or have offered to pay for a different venue. Tell them that since they consider your behavior cruel, you know they will do better, and you will call the happy couple and the rest of the family immediately to share with everyone what relative X just offered to pay.
That is a good response. That's insane. Like, the audacity of some people.
They could either have the dream wedding that reality TV told them they deserve, but that they'll need to have it somewhere else and pay for it with money, or they can have a free wedding in your barn along with access to your home, but some stuff might not fit with their aesthetic. But what they can't have is both.
Wow.
Something special right there.
Wow. That was a good one.
Definitely.
That was a really good one.
Definitely backs into parking spaces.
Damn. Yeah. Am I the asshole for taking back the use of my car for a friend's wedding? One of my best friends got engaged 1.5 years ago. Now, I'll be completely honest. I have never been a big fan of her boyfriend. He's very much a douchey ex-frat bro. But she is the sweetest person ever. Ever since before their engagement, her boyfriend has been bugging me about using my car for their wedding. I have a fairly expensive and rare older car that I completely restored myself. The only problem is that he can't drive manual.
Oh.
As a favor to her, I agreed that they could use it for photos, the drive up, etc., and to leave it parked in front of the wedding venue under one condition. If he wanted to be the one to drive her up in it, he needed to learn to drive a manual. It's a somewhat difficult car to drive. I've been bugging him for almost a year, offering time to teach him. He constantly blew me off and said he was too busy. Well, guess whose wedding's in a few weeks? He basically told his fiancée that I've never offered to show him, which she knows is a lie, but I decided to bite my tongue and offer him a solution. I basically gave him an ultimatum, stating either I could drive her if he needed, or my girlfriend could drive her up to the wedding venue and reception. We're both in the wedding party. But those were the only two real options he had at this point. So either he could drive or his girlfriend could drive her. He flipped out at me and basically told me to screw myself. So I figured that was that. Last weekend, I pulled some of the car apart to do some work on it and had it posted on Instagram. And I guess he saw it and lost it on his fiancée because he realized the car won't be available now. He's demanding I rent them another car. Ha ha ha, no. Or put everything back together, which, to be totally honest, I probably could do, but I really don't want to, if I just have to take it apart again after the wedding. So Reddit, am I the asshole for refusing to let him use my car now?
This is just like the entitlement episode.
Seriously.
This is crazy.
Ow. What a douchebag.
Right? How dare you take your car apart?
How dare you not let me drive your car that I don't know how to drive, that's old and expensive, and not even if it's old and expensive, just how dare you not let me drive your car that I don't know how to drive?
How dare you not let me drive your car that I have not been able to take the time to learn how to drive when you offered to teach me?
When you've offered to teach me. He doesn't even like the dude, but he offered to teach him anyway because he knew it meant something to the fiance.
Yep.
This guy's an asshole.
Yep. That's kind of been the theme, I feel, of the day.
Damn.
So I'm saying, like, this is definitely the entitlement episode. Gizzard feels entitled to this lap.
He sounds like a nice guy.
Is that all it says? That's fantastic.
He sounds like a nice guy. Oh my God, that's really funny. I'm sure he's a nice guy. That was down. That wasn't like the top comment, but that may be my favorite comment. Am I the asshole for bringing a separate dessert and snacks to a kid's birthday party? Okay, so I'll admit that I didn't think anything about this until the party, as I did not think it was a big deal, but maybe I'm wrong. My daughter is 3 and was invited to a birthday party for one of her friends from daycare. She's been invited to other kids' birthday parties, but this was the first time that I didn't really know the mom. So we went and she was having a blast, but when it came time to eat and have cake, my daughter had brought her own little snack and some brownies to have. This wasn't because she's picky. I mean, she is picky, but it wasn't my reasoning. It's because she has celiac disease. Anyway, the mom got very angry with me and asked what was wrong with her food. I said nothing, but pointed out that my daughter has celiac disease, and while there were a few things she could eat, the majority wasn't safe for her, especially the cake. She didn't let it go and kept telling everyone that I thought I was better than her. Most of the moms who knew me and my friend, whose daughter also has celiac disease, and I also prepared snacks and brownies for her as well, were trying to explain it to the mom, but she was still very offended. So, am I the asshole for bringing my daughter her own snacks and dessert to a birthday party?
No, that's very thoughtful, actually.
Right?
Yeah, that's very thoughtful. Rather than
Rather
showing up at the party and being like, there's nothing here that my daughter can eat. Why didn't you think of this? Why didn't you take this into consideration?
Right, because there are people that would do that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But she would... And then she brought snacks for her daughter's friend who she knows also has celiac disease. That's really sweet.
It is.
And I think that mother should be so appreciative because wouldn't you feel like crap if you had kids at a birthday party that couldn't eat anything that you had, offered, which it's not her job as the hosting mother to do that. But I would feel like crap if I was hosting a birthday party and there were 2 little girls that couldn't eat the food that I had.
Yeah.
And then they'd have to sit out and not get to enjoy any snacks. So her mom actually was thoughtful and thought, hey, I'll just bring snacks and they can eat.
Yeah.
Update. I just wanted to add something because I'm seeing it a lot. While I should have told her when I got to the party, I accept that. I didn't have a way to contact her ahead of time. There was no number or email address on the invite to contact her, and she drops off and picks up her daughter at different times than I do. I've literally never met her before this party or had any way to try and reach out to her since the other moms that I do know didn't have contact for her either.
Yeah.
But why should she have to contact the other mom?
She was preparing herself and her things for I don't see any problem. She was
being a fantastic mother and preparing things for her own daughter so her daughter could still enjoy the birthday celebration.
Yeah, I don't see any problem with this whatsoever.
Top comment. Absolutely 100% not the asshole. And as a mom, I can't believe you are even questioning it. Unfortunately, too many people still don't understand how serious celiac can be, but that doesn't excuse the host's behavior. And then the original poster said, I wasn't questioning it at first, but man, she was so mad at me that I was finally second-guessing myself. Let that shit go immediately. Immediately. She behaved completely inappropriately.
Inappropriate, man.
Bet you that mom backs up into parking spots.
Absolutely backs up into parking spots.
That's going to be my new thing. And if you back into parking spots, I'm sorry. If you're anybody that lives in the town that we live in, you probably back into parking spots. But why? Just why? That's really, that it doesn't make you the asshole. If you go up the down or down the up lanes at grocery stores, then you're an asshole. Would I be the asshole if I didn't get my daughter's internet on a cruise ship?
Absolutely.
We're planning on a 7-day summer cruise in the Pacific with all of our kids during summer break, as it's summer for us. We've never been on a cruise like this, so all of us were excited and we booked in advance to get it pretty cheap. We have 2 twins, 12-year-olds. So the twins are 12. Sorry, my brain just went, I don't want to read anymore. Okay, so we have 2 twin 12-year-olds and an 11-year-old daughter, and then another 14-year-old daughter. They want access to internet so they can access social media and play games on their phones. But it costs $20 per person per day, and I don't know if it's honestly worth it. My wife isn't even getting it, but my kids badly want Wi-Fi. It would cost $560 to get Wi-Fi for all of them on this trip. I don't think it's worth that money. My kids want it very badly, and my daughters are saying they'll be bored and it'll ruin their trip. I personally don't think it's worth it, as they don't need it and it's too expensive. It would allow some time for them to disconnect. I'm personally considering not getting the package even for myself, but if my daughters are angry that I'm refusing to get the package. If this were a shorter cruise, I would easily have said no, but since this is for a whole week of no communication with their friends and social media, I'm considering maybe getting the package, although we haven't quite decided yet. My wife is strongly against getting the package. I talked to my mother and brother, and both of them are saying I should get the package and that my daughters would miss out a lot socially if I didn't.
It's a week.
Would I be the asshole?
It's a week. You're the parent.
This is coming from someone who lives on the internet.
It's a week.
Okay, my whole thing is, it's a week. You are on a cruise.
Yes.
If you're bored on a cruise
For a week.
you have something wrong with you.
Yes.
They literally make cruises so there is something to do at all hours of the day. You could wake up at 3 a.m. and find
there's stuff
something
to
to
do.
do on a
Yep.
cruise ship, even for kids.
Yep.
It's not just like for adults. Your kids are entitled brats.
Yep.
If they think they need the internet that badly that they'll be bored,
Hey, if they
then
want
don't take them on the cruise.
if they want the internet package that badly, they can pay for it. Boom.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
They're all old enough to pay for it.
$20 a day per.
$20 a day per kid per. Like, that's insane. He's not even buying it for himself and his wife.
Yeah.
Because they don't need it. They want to unwind, disconnect, and relax.
Yep.
If they feel that they'll be bored and don't want it, then I would say talk to the grandparents, see if they'll babysit the kids, and
They'll probably have non-refundable tickets, but
take friends with you.
Yep.
Take somebody else with you.
Yep. Take the kids, make them miserable. Fuck it. Learning experience.
I wouldn't let them ruin my vacation because they're going to whine and complain the whole time. Find somebody to watch the kids and take people who actually will appreciate it and go. Okay, they are 14, 12, and 11, so I don't know how much money they actually can make on their own. Do the daughters have enough things to do without internet? Books, crafts, physical games, etc.? If the answer is no, I'd lean more to you guys should have thought about that in advance. If the answer is yes, then not the asshole. That person must not know what a cruise is.
Something.
Like, the next comment is, not the asshole. I took my family on a cruise. We did not buy the internet option. There's so much to do, and it's such a nice time to unplug and unwind. For the adults with work stuff, you can check your email when you're in port. The kids can check when they're in port as well.
There you go. Yeah, not the asshole.
No.
Kids are assholes.
Yes. Okay, one more and then we're done. Am I the asshole for being mad about how my birthday party went? I, 25 female, had a birthday party today. It was put together by my fiance, 27 male. He invited over 2 other couples we were friends with to celebrate my birthday. I'm not usually a big party person, so we agreed to keep it small and intimate. My fiance told everyone because it was my birthday, I could pick what we were going to do for the night. Shortly after everyone arrives, me and the other girls talk and decide that we want to watch this new movie, and afterwards we'll all play board games as a group. The guys in the group said they didn't want to watch that movie, but instead would go and play their own game in a different room. We said that was completely fine for them to do that on their own, and we all agreed that we would just play games together when the movie was over. Me and the girls proceed to watch the movie. When the movie's over, we go and tell the boys that we're done and ready to play games with them, as we had agreed earlier, and had told them how long the movie would be so that they knew how much time they had to play their games. The boys decided to play Monopoly, and while they had been playing, while we were watching the movie, they were nowhere close to the end of the game. We told them we had discussed playing as a group and to please hurry up so we could play a group game together. The boys proceeded to play the game for approximately 2 hours longer, ignoring our several attempts to get them to hurry up. By the time they finally finished the game, it was close to 2 a.m. I was exhausted. One of the other girls had fallen asleep from waiting too long. We all were clearly irritated, but especially me, as we had all agreed to get together as a group for my birthday, and it felt like the guys just used my birthday as an excuse for bro time and spent no actual time with me, the birthday girl, or their respective girlfriends. Everyone just ended up leaving after this, as it was late and it had begun to snow outside. At the end of the night, I was pretty pissed off with my fiance as well as his pals, as he and the other guys totally derailed our plans. And I had bad experiences with birthdays in the past where I wasn't even sure if I wanted to invite people over, and my fiance had to convince me to do it this year because he would make it a great time. I do agree I could be the asshole for being mad and should be grateful that these people even came over to celebrate my birthday. And they did bring me small presents as well. But am I the asshole for being mad about how it all went down?
No, not at all. You had a very specific plan, and they just nobody starts a game of Monopoly knowing they're on limited time.
Or you start a game of Monopoly, and when the girls are ready to play
You
their game,
stop,
then you stop and you figure out who won based on whoever has the most money or property or whatever. But no.
Yeah, it turned into a boys'
Like,
night. Absolutely.
it became I don't think they did it intentionally. I don't think the guys did it intentionally, but I think it became a boys' night. And then they just didn't want to stop their game. But the point was, it was her birthday. She could decide what she wanted to do. I think it was great of her to be like, no, you guys go play, do whatever. You don't have to watch the game watch the movie with us. But then the whole point was, afterward, they were all going to get together and play games. One of them fell asleep.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Waiting for the guys to get done. That's crap.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
She's absolutely not the asshole.
Not even a little bit.
Not the asshole. They couldn't put aside their own wants to actually pay attention to you on your day. I don't even think it's about on her day. I'm going to take out the whole it's her birthday thing completely. That doesn't matter. If you have plans with people, you don't do shit like that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
exactly.
They couldn't put aside their own wants to actually pay attention to you on your day. This is a very selfish energy to have, and I hope they haven't been more cases like this before where your fiance and his friends pushed you off on your own fun for their own fun time. He should have put everyone in check and given you a good day instead of acting like toddlers, only wanting to do what they want. I don't even think it really comes down so much to that. It doesn't matter that it was her birthday. You had plans. Don't
flake that hard.
Don't flake that hard. You were 100% right. Anybody who's played Monopoly knows Monopoly can take hours.
And they did it in her house. Like, they invited them over.
Yeah.
And then that's the
her fiance invited people over
to their house. And then they did what they wanted at their house.
Now, granted, her fiance was part of it too. But still,
it's weird.
I'm surprised one of her friends, like the girlfriends, didn't go in and be like, yeah, no, this is not cool. Like, you don't act like this. To the boyfriends. Like, that whole situation was... No, I'm not blaming the girls by any means. It was not their fault at all. I'm just saying, like, you'd think that one of the guys would have been like, hey guys, this really isn't like,
this isn't what we're supposed to be doing.
This isn't cool. Like, let's not do this.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Like, this isn't how this is supposed to work. There should have been an agreement. All right, we're gonna play Monopoly until the movie's over, whatever, or play a different freaking game. That would be like, hey, let's play Risk. Right?
No.
Like,
let's just a quick game of Risk.
Let's do a quick game of Risk.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, this is definitely been a lot of entitlement going down in this.
Yeah, and there are ways to have a quick game of Monopoly.
Oh, there are,
to an extent. You don't do houses and apartments and shit. You just sell off, and that can still take forever. But I don't know. Yeah, this is the entitled asshole.
Everybody entitled to how they drive, entitled to how they park, entitled to how they decorate the host's house, entitled to expecting the podcast equipment to just work. It's just a lot of entitlement today.
A little girl who decides that her father's leg is her chair, and that's how it's going to be.
But yeah, that's enough entitlement for today. I feel entitled to doing something else. Now we're going to go make snow angels.
No, we are not.
We're not going to do that at all.
We're going to go up, we're going to eat some lunch, and then we're probably going to punch baddies in the face.
What's for lunch?
I haven't decided yet.
That sounds terrible.
You'll love it.
All right, so yeah, I'm going to spend some time this week trying to make this setup a little less sketchy, and we'll come back to you next week, hopefully with fewer technical difficulties. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for joining us on this snowy, white, wonderful day. And we will catch you next time.